Very good morning to all of you. Welcome to the Windows Azure module. And in this module, we are going to learn the 6th chapter where we are going to see the how you can host your application. Good morning, Dipali, Ashok Vittal. Good morning, Devi. Good morning. Good morning to one and all. Okay. So last class, what we have done, I think I'm expecting everybody has started the practicals and how much till which module you have completed. Please, I want your confirmation. Everybody raise your hand and tell me till which module you have finished your practicals. Can everybody start typing and give me the confirmation? Ashok Vittal is saying third module. Okay. So API also is not yet completed, Web API. You should complete 4th chapter of Web API and 5th chapter WCF, whatever we have done actually till 5th module. Okay. Shivangi, 3 modules. Ashwini Priya, 3 modules. Everybody is doing less, okay, but we completed around 5 modules. But by next Saturday, at least try to complete all the topics that we are completing in this week, okay? So what about Devi? And who is from Mylapore? Can you write your name? You are logged in with guest ID. Just give your student ID and name. Mylapore Center student, give your student ID and name in a single line. So Vinay is saying the 3 modules from City Nagar, Srimati 3 modules, Paris Center 3 modules. What happened to Devi? Devi from Anna Nagar, Ashwini already has given. Joshain, Srimati is given. Joshain, what about you? Yeah, I asked how many modules have you finished the practicals? Till which module you have finished the practicals? 1, 2 and 4. Amit Pandey till 3rd. Devi, before I'm seeing only you have removed it. Justin, I thought that you have even completed the WCF. That is, as per your chat yesterday, I thought that you have completed even WCF. Till WCF, that's great. Good, Devi. Justin, 5th also, correct. That's what, even I know that you have completed. Good. See, only very few students were completed till where I have taught. Okay. So, it's not 1 or 2 students to do like that. Everybody is expected to do like that only. So, don't think that I'm requesting. I don't request. I'm ordering that you have to do the practicals. Okay. So, now we'll start with our session and where we were passed in the last class. So, what we are doing in the last class, in the WCF, what we have learned, can write the names. That means what topic we have learnt in the last class. In the WCF, don't write simply WCF. In WCF, what we have learnt. Meanwhile, I'll share my system. Don't you remember what we have completed in the previous session? Monica, hosting in IAS. Very good. Local IAS we have done. So we are doing, but you did not write the word as hosting. We should say that hosting. Hosting WCF application, WCF service is the one which we have seen. In local IAS we have seen. But not only there, we can host it in different other 2 places also. The other one where we are learning in today's objectives. Okay. In today's objectives, I mean that in today's objectives, what we are going to see is hosting WCF service in Windows Azure. The first one is in Windows Azure, how you can host it. Okay, this is the first one, and coming to the second one, there is another one. Okay, that is self-hosting. So these are the 2 topics we are seeing for the hosting, and later exception handling in the WCF. Exception handling in WCF. That means so that the client WCF service needs to send some error information to the client whenever any problem occurs. So that's the third topic is also hosting the service, your WCF service in the Windows Azure and self-hosting. So 2 demos, for each one demo, and finally for exception handling 1 more demo. So total on the whole 3 demos we are seeing. The concept you know already, what do you mean by hosting, we have already seen in IS hosting also, but that is not throughout the globe is accessible. But I want to create one WCF service especially to host it in the Azure. So remember that hosting in IIS, if you want to do, the way of creation of WCF is different. But the same WCF creation, service creation, if you want to host it, your aim is to host it in Windows Azure, means the place from where you create the Azure, WCF service is different. So first we are seeing with how you can create a WCF service and host it in your Windows Azure. So for your understanding, I have already opened your Windows Azure, and in this place let me write in the hosting in Windows Azure time. That's I am giving you some brief introduction what steps you have to do. Main steps, okay? Step 1, okay, you need to create one Windows Cloud Windows Azure service. So how to create, I'll tell, okay? Then package the application files. What do you mean packaging? I'll tell you. That is also I'm going to tell you, okay? Then step 3 is application file means service files. That service files, WCF service, whatever you are creating. How to create, I will tell you, okay? Windows Azure WCF service. I forgot to write the main word WCF, okay? So third step is reverse. Actually, you just recall, I told you how you can create ASP application, host it in the Azure. That time you created ASP application, one empty application empty web app you created in Windows Azure, and from there one publish setting file you have downloaded that you have used while publishing your application. But here reverse. What you have to do, you have to create your cloud WCF service, and then that service you need to package so that two package files will be created for you. These package files now attached into your Windows Azure. Reverse. Previously you used to download from Azure and attach to your application. Now in your application you will create the package. You package all the service files so that 2 different files will be created automatically. Not in Windows Azure, in normal Visual Studio place. Okay. Then you should go to in Windows Azure. You need to create one cloud service. Okay. So it will be empty. Then for this, okay, configure the cloud service by attaching the package files so that the service will be automatically hosted in the Azure portal. So reverse, actually previously from the Azure portal you are creating empty app and downloading the published settings file that you have to attach to your local application so that it will be hosted there. But reverse now. I will create in the local computer one cloud Azure WCF service, and cloud WCF service, and I will package that service file so that 2 different package files will be created in your local computer. And now you need to go to Azure portal, create one cloud service and attach these whatever already created package that in the Azure you need to attach. So nothing you are downloading from the Azure now. You only the already created package files of local computer of your service you are attaching to your cloud service of Azure automatically, then your application will be hosted there. That's only the main 4 steps. So in these 4 steps, for each one by one, I am going to show more steps where it will be means only in the Windows Azure WCF service creation time. Already we created WCF service easy, no madam, means now the way of creation. Your aim is to host it in Azure. So general way of whatever I told previously, WCF service creation, that is not supposed to be used. So there are some other different steps from where you should create it. I am going to show you. But your work is you need to open Visual Studio in administrator rights. Never forget it, okay? You have to open your Visual Studio with administrator rights. So first I will show you the first one. And when I am telling this one, you will get some roles. So what do you mean the roles? I will tell you whenever creation time, okay? So any doubts I will clear for you. For each step I will ask you the question, did you understand? So please confirm. Any doubts I'll clear and go to the next step. Other steps are very, very small steps and will be completed very fastly. Only the first one only you should concentrate more. Okay? So please see the steps now. How to create one WCF service that is you targeted to host it in the Azure. Okay? Such type of applications if you want, you need to open Visual Studio with admin rights. The first work, I am opening the Visual Studio with admin rights. Now I am telling you very clearly WCF service how to create. Everybody will get here doubt. Now I am telling click on new project. This is the place you see the main difference you will get. In the new project what you have done previously you used to take it, once I am hiding my video, previously you used to take it on Visual Studio, then you used to get WCF service or here. See, WCF, not that one, WCF service application, but this is not what you have to select. That is wrong. In the left side only, slowly if you see, here you can find it as cloud. And once very, very important I am telling, in your computer, madam, in my computer, Visual Studio Ultimate is there and all are there. But for you it is showing Windows Cloud, I am also able to see. But here I am unable to see this Azure Cloud Service, madam. Means for the first time you are trying to create the cloud service, it will not be visible and it will show some text with install button. If you install, then only you will get this Windows Azure service. These steps I have already provided in the in your document. You can please check. So don't get confused that it is not found. So for first time it is not visible. Second time onwards it will be visible to you. For first time you need to install it. Later onwards you are able to get this option with Azure Cloud Service. This is the Azure Cloud Service. So using this cloud service, it's not only WCF service, it might be many different services. What name you want to give for this cloud service? Let me give it as, let me give it as Azure Cloud Service _ your batch code I am writing. Okay. So this is the cloud service with what is the name of the service I gave you. Please remember, role is different from service. Actually, two will be created for you. One is what you have given there is a service name, and later you will get some. See here, I'm just clicking on OK. Services are different types of services you can create here, not only WCF. Can you see? ASP.NET Web Role, ASP.NET MVC4 Web Role, ASP.NET MVC3 Web Role, WCF Service Web Role, Worker Role, Catch Worker, like that. Many different, even ASP MVC4 application that I want to host it in Azure means you can come here and create. But there are some roles are available to help you to create different types of applications or services. So this is a web role which helps you to create ASP MVC, MVC4 application in the cloud, right? But I want to create what? WCF. So which web role I should take? Without web role help, nobody can create anything in your cloud. Cloud Azure service means only some web role will help you out. But different web roles helps you for creating different types of services or applications. But ours we need to take it as WCF service web role. Okay. This you take it without fail and click on this greater than that selected. So when you select, this is the name that it is taking. What is the role name this is? For your understanding, let it be like that. WCF service web role 1. Let it be like that. So two names you should remember. This is the role name. Another one previously underscore S16049, that is the service. That service can be capable of creation with the help of the web role, this web role. So now I click on OK. So now you can see in Solution Explorer two type projects you can see. One is web role project and one is your service project. So both I will show you. So you can check from after completion of this, I'll show you. So don't go to the normal WCF service application. You take from left side cloud, from right side cloud Azure service, and then from the web role WCF service web role you take it and click on greater than symbol. Then you click on OK. These are the steps you have to do. Now here you will not find any tougher. Here also there are two files. One is interface file will be there. One is service svc.cs file will be there. So now very good. Now let me show you first Solution Explorer. Whatever you are seeing is a CS file. As usual you have seen normal normal WCF of the service application like the same. This is CS file. Interface file also will be there. I'll show you. Now you have to identify first understanding this. One is this is your service and this is the web role which is helping you to create this service. Okay. So this web role, actually your interface will be there in this service role only. Can you see, my dear? Both of these you can find it in the web role only because it helps us to create this type of service. You can see that under this application, under roles, this is the WCF service web role one. That means it is utilizing this web role for creation of this service. So original services, you don't search for the interface file or CS file here. You search in the web role project. So interface this, as usual, you know how you can create see all I am removing whatever is there, and like the last class only I told, okay, all those I am removing like last class how I removed, and in under the operation contract I am writing one int multiply int x. You can write very nice functions also. Just I want to give you the awareness about this, that's why I am giving. Okay, so again operation contract, okay, int divide int x comma int y. Okay, there are two operation contracts, so these two functions must be implemented in this CS file. So in this CS file, whatever is already implemented, you please remove them and you start implementing your functions that you have mentioned as operation contract. Public int multiply int x comma int y, return x into y, x star y, finish. And another function in this where this is service behavior. Okay, the interface is service contract, this is service behavior. Those functionalities are operation contract, is here operation behavior. Return x by y. So okay, now you know your service creation is finished. Save it and build it. Save it and build it. So you got it. Is that clear to all of you? This step I am writing as a question. Please, all of you, please confirm me. Have you understood these steps that I have used for creating the WCF service? So I am writing the question now. For that question you answer. Okay. For whom the question is not visible, those people please raise your hand and confirm me. See, in case in your center one of the students is having the problem of system, the other students with the hand raise write that other student name and confirm whether that student understood or not. I want you people to confirm me. First time very fast I got only CP center guess 004. I think that student also has given very good. There are few students who did not understand. One is Satya from City Nagar and guess 003 from Pitampura. Let me connect to City Nagar student Satya. Satya, what is your doubt? Can you tell me? You are late to the class. Oh, very good. So I'm disconnecting. Okay. You are late to the session. So let me Pitampura Center student, what is your doubt? Meanwhile, you type. I'm trying to take you on air. But before to that, you write your doubt. Okay, Joshain. Okay, my dear. There only automatical option will come. Okay, I will. That is document also is available. I will tell you. Okay, don't worry for that. So I have written somewhere. Let me check and in the document whether I have placed it or not. I'll check and I'll tell you. Okay. So wait. Let me check. Double CF document which I'm giving is that was given. See here. In the document which I have posted, that's what I'm telling. I know that you people will get doubt. Pitampura guess 002. Please check here, my dear. For the first time, in place of Windows Azure Cloud Service, we can find the option Get Azure SDK automatically. For me, it is showing as Cloud Azure Service, right? In place of it, what you will get it as Get Azure SDK. So you need to click on it and install it. So separately, don't require to go anywhere. That's what I told. There only another option will be found. You need to click so that it will install, but internet connectivity is required. So you don't require to go to some other place. So open Visual Studio in Administrator Rights and go to the left side. Click on New Project. Left side, Cloud you select. Right side you will find this one for all of you. Because for first time you are doing. Get Azure SDK will be there. You click on the button, automatically it gets installed. Your doubt cleared? Guess 002. That's the reason please check my notes which I am posting also, so that it really helps you out. Guess 003 from Pitampura. I told you to write your doubt, but you did not write. I told you or not? Yes. You are on 8. Guess 003 from Pitampura. Tell me what is your doubt. Little louder you speak out. You don't talk to your friend, talk to me. You are on air. Throughout India, everybody is looking at you. So you should talk to me, not with your friend. Okay, you don't know that you are on air. At least you should have the idea that you are on air.
क्लियर नहीं हुआ, दोबारा से पढ़ा दो.
You speak in English first.
I don't clear
Speak in
what
English.
you have teach. I don't clear what you have teach. Please again.
That means is there any that means your headset problem? Is it headset
Yes.
problem? So
Yes,
is it
yes.
possible to who is your networking person? Please call that
Now
person
headset
who
is
is
clear.
behind you. Who is behind you? Please
Now
call
it's
that
clear.
your net.
Problem.
Call your
Now.
networking person, Baba. I think you can understand what I am trying to speak to you. Call him. Where is the networking person? Why he is denying to take the class? You give that your headphones to the networking person. Let me talk to him. SLTC support. Who is supporting you in the?
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
And this is Savitri madam. And may I know your name, please?
My name is Sahil.
Sahil, I want to tell you one thing. This student is saying that to repeat the entire demo, as because he is unable to hear the audio at the time while I am teaching.
No, ma'am.
So
Yeah.
he
ma'am,
said the same. You
said
asked
that
him
audio
what
is
he
okay
did.
now.
Now it is okay.
Ma'am,
Previously audio is not okay. That's the
okay.
reason I can't hear you.
Okay.
It was recorded. You can
Okay,
take the
ma'am.
recorded session and check what he spoke. He said that because previously audio problem is that I can't listen to you. Please repeat the entire demo. Just think, if you are in my place, is it possible to repeat the entire demo?
No, ma'am, no.
So is it will affect other students or not?
Sorry, ma'am?
Is it will affect other students or not in the batch?
Yeah, ma'am, it is that.
So I'm repeating, everybody will get the problem, which I don't want to do mistake. So ask him
But
to check for the headset and everything before starting the class. Okay? And ask them to come on time. Sometimes they may come late and they will simply say that I can't listen to you, please repeat. Which is impossible in the online class. Please give them the awareness of all these. Okay? So now give it to him. I will give only in 1 minute recap, and next time I am not going to give the recap. Okay? Give it to him the headphones now. Yeah. This is the first and last time I am repeating for the students who says that infra problem because of which I missed the session. Please repeat means it's impossible. Okay? Because others will get affected. But this is the first and last time, so I am giving you the recap. Later I am not going to give recaps for area of this if infra problem. Understanding problem, okay, I will repeat.
Okay, ma'am.
But only infra means it is not possible, okay? Last time. But you can smile also.
Okay.
So I will give you recap only for 2 minutes or 1 minute and check what are the steps I have done. Okay? So you are creating one WCF service which you want to host it in the Azure portal. Okay? If I host my service in Azure portal, what is the advantage? Everybody in the world can access that service and they can access my functionalities in their application. So I am creating service and I am hosting in Azure and I am sharing the URL to all of you. You can create your own ASP application or console application or web, any application you can create and you can access the functionalities of my service. So that is what I want to provide. So first work is what, as a developer, I should create the WCF service which I am aiming to host where in the Azure portal. That means in the cloud. So the way of creation of the WCF service is different. So how you should create, once again I am showing in only 2 minutes I am going to give you the recap, not more than that. So in this you can see that new project. Can you see? Respond. New project, can you see?
Yes. Yes.
You click on that new project. Okay? Then what you have to do is left side, can you see C#? Can you see C# which I am moving the mouse below to my video? Can you see Visual C#?
Yes.
Below slowly if you go come down, can you see cloud? Can you see the cloud option?
Yes.
That cloud option when you take, in my computer you can see right side Azure cloud service, but for you people, for the first time when you are doing, you will not get this option. In place of it, this is the word you will get it. Let me show you. So can you see get Azure SDK in the notepad? This is the option you will get it in place of this. For the first time you are doing this practical. So you click on that, so it will install the required software. Okay. Then you will find the Azure cloud service. Only for the first time only you need to do this task. Next time onwards when you are doing, you don't require it. So just click, but internet connectivity is required when you are installing. So once it is installed, you will find this service. Then you need to give what name you want to give for your service, give your name. Then click on OK. When you click on OK, there is another window. See here, new Azure Cloud Service dialog box you will get, where not only WCF service, n number of different services also you can create. But how it is possible means a separate web role will be there which takes the responsibility of creating a service. So what you want to create? ASP.NET application or WCF service? What do you want to create? What do you want to create?
ASP application.
Very good. Very, very good. Good knowledge and good grasping power. What we are learning also we don't know. Huh? Are we learning ASP.NET MVC? We are learning WCF service creation. The topic only if you don't know, how can I teach you? Tell me. I'm repeating where you are telling it something else to be created. It's not ASP we are creating, we are creating service. WCF service. I spoke and I came here again you are saying that ASP application we are creating. We are creating WCF service. Okay? So you need to take WCF service role and click on this greater than symbol, then click on OK. Then it will create the service for you, WCF service. Same as last class. Did you present for the last class? Did you present for the last class? Huh?
No,
Yes
ma'am.
or no? So how do you know that what is going on in today's session? That's the reason you are making me to repeat everything. Are you getting my point? This is all finished in the last class, only steps are different. This service is already created and I told in the previous class, you asked at your center to repeat this for whatever you did. So anybody, any faculty is there who helps you people? From Parampara? Who is the resident faculty? Tell me, I will tell her to repeat this topic for you. Who is the faculty helps you at center?
Dimple, ma'am. Wait, ma'am.
Okay. No need to give it to the faculty. I am telling the faculty. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, the student is saying that he missed the previous session where I have told how to create WCF service, how to host it in IIS, everything is done. And today I am telling the same WCF service to create and host it in the Azure portal. Whereas he is not aware that I am teaching WCF also. Are you understanding my point? He not even know what topic I am teaching. And he don't know what is WCF service. In what way I can help him. So please help him to create the WCF service which he missed in the previous session so that he can continue with the next class. Otherwise what will happen? This he will not able to understand the current session because he missed the previous session. At the same time I cannot repeat the entire session. Am I right?
Okay. I will
So
do
ask
today.
him, please help him to what is a WCF service, how to create it and how to host it. Okay? Because for one student around 20 minutes is wasted. 20 minutes.
Okay.
I thought that he was present in the last class. Now I came to know that he did not even know what topic I am teaching. He simply said that I am teaching ASP.NET. I am teaching WCF service. He said that ASP MVC. So I was surprised. So please take care of him. Okay? So it's not to say that it is, that means the student finally needs to be feel happy. Okay? He is feeling embarrassing because he don't know what was happened in the previous session. So ask him that you will teach him that topic.
I already told him that what is WCF, what is ASP MVC. He has to know everything.
But he told that what am I teaching now means ASP MVC, he said. Okay, but no problem. This after the class, once again you just take care of me whether he is doing the practice or not. When he do the practice 100%, he will get the confirmation. Confidence he will get at least.
I'll talk to him.
Okay.
I'll talk to him.
What is your name, please? So she will help you. Don't worry. You can smile. Okay. She told that she will, and she told that she already told you WCF. And too much, yeah. So this is the way how you need to create your WCF service. and modify the functionalities whatever you want. That is what you ask your faculty to teach. So now I'm stopping, and next time I'm not going to repeat for anybody at any cost. This is the last time. So if you are late or infra problem, I cannot repeat. By this time I can finish the demo also. Okay. So am I right or not? Other boys and girls, please confirm. Is it correct? See, click on yes if repetition is not allowed. Okay. Click on minus if the repetition is allowed for the infrastructure problem. You also consider that if I'm coming late, then like that, not like that. Generally you think. Am I right or wrong? So okay. So we'll stop this discussion and I'll move ahead and we'll continue with our topics. Okay. So don't treat me negative, but I don't want because of one or two students, all other students get affected in the session. That's the aim. Okay. So now this is now I'm closing this because we have already created the service. This is our service. So where I have created, and the first step is finished. In the notepad I have told you how to, first work is we have to create. Second step is what? Can you see? Package the application file. So what should I get it? Package the application. What should I option I should get? Package. Where should I click for packaging all the? Packaging means what now? WCF service having so many files. All the files to be packaged. So that these packaged files I will upload in your cloud Azure storage. So for that we have to package. So some people will do small mistakes. What you will do? There are two applications. Think so that on service role I am right clicking. Okay. So did you get any package option? Can you see, my dears, all of you please check. Did you get any package option? You did not get any package option, right? Okay. So go for this, right click on this. Did you get package option? Yes, you got it. See, you can see here package option. So on what? On your service name, not on web role name. You need to right click on your service name, right click and go for package option. When you click on this, all the files of it will do it. So nothing to be done, just click on package. Just wait, it is doing the task, it is packaging. Once it is packaged, two files it will create. Two packaged files it will create, and it will open one directory also where it is going to place that packaged file. Finished. All of you please check. It is opened one folder on its own. It opens on its own. It has packaged all the files of your service as two different files. One is the Azure service CS PKG and one is CS configuration file, one is package file, one is configuration file. These two files are mandatory that you have to upload in your Azure. But you remember this address. Okay, I'm just copying this into our notepad for our understanding. Next time when we are going, I just pasted that address where these two files are packaged and placed in the system. So second step is also finished. Any doubts? Please raise your hand, boys and girls. Any doubts? Narayan, audio problem? Check from your end. So what about audio for others? Is it clear or not? Please raise your hand and confirm me, boys and girls of all other centers. Monica is saying clear. Very good. So that means, you see, for others it is clear. Means Narayan, check from your end. Okay. Once you check your headset and all this, because there is no problem from studio side. If it is problem, everybody says that it is a problem. Okay. For everyone it is clear. Now second step is also finished. Anybody is having any doubts still here, I am waiting for your query. Package until packaging, any step you did not understand, you tell me. Any step you did not understand till packing and the uploading. That means package, till packing. Third and fourth steps are not yet finished. That we will do now. That also will take very less time. Dharmendra is saying understood. Any queries means you write, my dear, so that I'll clear and move ahead. So, do we have to download all these files which you are telling? These are there in the code in your group. I already posted the documents. 2 documents for WCF I have posted. One is notes, one is demo steps. So download from the group. Okay? So nothing else you have to do it. You download from your group. So all the steps are there. You can follow those steps. Any one step you missed also, no problem. You can get it from the document. Clear cut steps. Clearly each step is available in the document. I documented and I kept. Okay. Now I am just showing you the third step. What is the third step? In your cloud, so that means Windows Azure portal. So this needs to be done in Azure portal. Okay. So you need to open your Azure portal. So I have already opened because every time it is taking time. So I have kept it ready. That's Windows Azure portal. Now I'm just hiding my view because one option I want to show you from this left side. You can see not web app, my dear. Cloud services. Can you see cloud services? This is the, if you want to host, you are not hosting the application, you are hosting the WCF service. So cloud services you need to take, and now create a cloud service once here, and again I am medium sizing my window as I want to show you. At the bottom you can find a new button. Either one you can take. If I am clicking on new also, no problem. Now again let me maximize. Quick create will be there. Like every time one only, quick create, cloud service, quick create, and what URL, where do you want to host it, with what URL others can access your service. So I am giving as S160499 service. Okay, yes capital and okay, S160499 service. The green color you have got, it means it's allowed. So whatever you do it also, computer will add at last .cloudapp.net because it's a cloud app, it's a cloud related service. So .cloudapp.net you should give, and at the bottom you will have the tick mark. Just click on tick mark. Now it is created. See how fast it has been created. You see, it's been created. Now everybody is allowed to access this service. So you know this service URL also. So we can use, if you have any doubt, you can click on this hyperlink so that you will get one place, one. So okay, now it is what's happened, only empty app is created. But did you attach your package files? Now you have to attach. Can you see that in deployment settings? Under deployment settings, you have new product production deployment. This is the one which you have to take, which is used to attach your packaged files. Till now you have created empty app in your Azure portal. So what is the use? Inside that one, my packaged files, whatever I have packaged, those files to be placed here. So what is the deployment label? Can be anything. My S160499 service, WCF service, anything you care. This can be anything. It's your own name label, and this is the place. Package time, one is package name, one is, that's what you understand. 2 files we got created, one package file to be browsed here and attached here configuration. Simply click on from local and go to the location. Because I have pasted that address, I pasted that address here because that's the reason. Okay, I went to the place where these 2 files are available, and I'm taking PKG means package, CFG means configuration. Package file you take it and open. In the same manner, go to local, take the configuration file, open. Now, without fail, this checkbox you see, deploy even if 1 or more roles contain a single instance, take it. And click on this tick mark, finish. Now you just wait. It is showing the process. It is uploading your package files into Azure. Now this is the last step. Finish. With this, it is doing the process. Still it is not finished, my dear. Please check. Please check. Creating the production deployment for cloud service. It's taking time, so you have to wait. Once it is finished, it will tell that it is finished and it will show the URL. That URL in our console application or web application or Windows, anywhere I can attach and access this service. That is what is the advantage of now this URL. I will share it to you people also in your computer. If internet is there and Visual Studio is there, you create one console application, attach this service and try to access multiply and divide functions. It will work. Still it is creating, so it has to do little time, it will take it, so it is taking time. So any doubts, meanwhile you please tell me. So let me write as a query. Any question, feel free and ask. Even Pitampara Center students, please feel free and ask me, because I said that I will not repeat it. That time you are late, so I said that I will not repeat it. But now you are on time for these steps. I will explain you if you have any doubt in these steps. Okay? Yeah, it's done also. Our work is also finished. You can see that it is finished. I got the message that it's been done. It is already deployed. I'll show you that service, okay? After this closing of the question, you can be able to see my screen. It said that successfully deployed. So Pitampara gets 003. I think he also gave. Just wait. Yes, everybody has given, and that's true. Yes. Forcefully, I'm not asking you to give yes, but I'm saying that if you are late, I cannot repeat. And if you are in for problem, I can. That's what I said. But if every steps you did not understand, I will repeat. So now it's done. So I got the message as successfully done. If you want to check, you can go to your service, and it is showing here. See here, it is the URL. URL it is showing at the last, but you can't see. I think how I can. 1 minute. Let me check here. Your dashboard. See here in this dashboard. Can you see in this dashboard is there? When you click on dashboard, it will show the URL. Can you see that the URL it is showing? All of you please check in the dashboard. It is showing the URL. This is the service URL with which users can access. So wantedly for you in the notepad I am pasting. This is the URL where your service is hosted in Azure. So not only me, you can access. Everybody access in this world. Okay. If you share this URL. Okay. So now now I am creating one client application from where I want to access this service through the Azure. I mean from the Azure portal. So what is required? Internet is required. Okay. So without which you cannot access this service, because it is an Azure portal which is in the internet. Any doubts, ma'am? Now Azure subscription. Yes, it is working. Azure subscription is already done. ID is activated for all of you. Please check whose details were sent to me. For them it is activated. For whom it is not activated means you send me the details once again. I will request once again to take a check for that. Okay. You are not in the group. Pitampara Center. Join in the group, my dear. The group name is, what is our group name, my dear? I think PGPV3_2_Azure. This is our group name? Pitampara Center students, please note down this group name. So join in that group. All the files are available and download from there. Okay? Inform this group name to your faculty also. Either your faculty also can join in this group and download the files and give it to you also. That is also possible. So, okay, this is the one. Now I'm creating a client application where I want to show you how you can access it. So one more Visual Studio I'm opening, and I'm clicking on new project. Console application I'm creating. Console or Windows or web, anywhere you can access. So I'm taking as console application. So what I'll write? Azure CF client. So it's a client application from where you are trying to access. So wanted I gave as Azure CF client is the application name for your console application. So now I'm clicking on OK. So from where you need to join? nitstudent.com. You can search in the nitstudent.com, BuddyNet Learning. Your faculty knows it. You ask them. Pitampura Center students. So now in this one, what is the first work you have to do, my dears? So go to the Solution Explorer. So in this one, references, I told you, right click and take the add service reference and paste that URL which I have told you. Okay, click on go. It has to display the service one that you know that it has to do, because it is from the internet, so it takes little time. So don't get like from local system means it is very faster, but it is from the Azure portal, it will take time. Okay. Faridabad sector student saying Ram Ram Madam Ji. Ram Ram. Taking time. These are the only steps, nothing else. So after that, you know that you need to give some namespace name, so that you need to create an object for your class, and as usual, you need to access those functionalities, multiply or divide. Too much of time it's taking. But this is the process. The next one is what? Let it do it. Oh, acha, done. It is not showing, means don't get confused if it is not showing. What you have to do, I told service1.svc. Let's. If it is showing that problem, you write /service1.svc. Like last time I told you before. Why it is saying that it was not found? See now, you got it. It's from where it is coming, from the Azure portal it is coming. Everybody can search, but at last you write /service1.svc without fail, okay? So that's it. Now it is okay. What name you want to give for that namespace of your reference? Let it be service reference 1. I'm clicking on OK. Now you have to create, in order to call the functionalities of your service, you need to create object for its class. Class name is what? Service 1. If that is service 1 client is the name, you will find it here. How? Your reference is service reference 1 dot, means immediately it will show the client class. That is the one which you have to create the object. This is same as usual. So but it is coming from where? From the Azure portal. The service is coming from Azure, not from your local computer. Okay. So internet is mandatory. Wantedly, if you disconnect the internet, you can't be able to get it. Okay. So obj dot console dot write line. So what I'm obj dot multiply I'm calling and sending 34 comma 12 comma obj dot divide and sending 34 comma 3 34 comma 2. Okay. So now you check whether it is able to access the functionalities from the Azure portal or not. It little takes time, like not local computer one, because it has to come. The result is sent to, request is sent to Azure portal service, and from there the response is coming. so little time it will take when compared with the last time demos, because that is from the local computer you are trying to access, but now you are accessing from the Azure portal. So this is the way how it is going to work. Any doubts, please raise your hand and ask me, so that if there are no doubts, I will move ahead to the next topic, that is self-hosting. And afterwards, one more demo, exception handling. At any cost, we need to finish today, because that is simple topics only. Self-hosting for what reason, how to do it, everything I'll tell. Joshain is saying fine, very good. So any doubts, anybody is having any doubts in this, you can ask me. See, service creation is not sufficient. You should know how to consume it from your application also. Add its reference, then a reference, service reference, whatever name you can give. That dot means your service class name will come with a client at last. Create an object for that and try to access the functions which are declared as operation contract. If you don't give operation contract, they are not accessible. So I found no doubts. That means none of the doubts were raised. Very good. So next topic is what? Self-hosting. This is not for the people like you. Think that I am creating and I want to make it to be available to you. That is not self-hosting. I created the service. I am the developer of the service. I want to check. I want to test this service by hosting temporarily at one place, whether it is working or not. I should not host it in the place where from others also can access. No. I want, that is called a self-hosting. In my local computer, in my application only it will be hosted, so that I am the only person can be able to access from, I mean not me like that, in this system only, from that application only I can be able to access, so that what's only after, see, directly doing is different. I want to host and check, but hosting time not in the global area, in local area, not even in IAS, in the normal hosting I want to do. So how can I do it? Yeah, that is developers, when they want to check their service by hosting it temporarily, then we will go for the self-hosting. So it's clear why self-hosting is to be done by whom? Only by developers, not by the, when developer want to make it to be available to the clients, they will not go for self-hosting. They will go for IS hosting or Azure hosting like that. But they want to test their service by hosting and checking, means then they will go for the self-hosting. In this self-hosting, whenever you are going for this self-hosting, there are two applications, console applications you need to create. So I'm going to create in this self-hosting for the developer's purpose. The developer has to create two console applications. Console application, console means not only console, I am creating here console application 1, where we create our service and self-host. Self-hosting also I will do. That means it is the application where service is available, where it is hosted also. Hosting and creation I will do in the same application. And second application is the console application, from where you want to consume the service. So application to access, to consume the self-hosted service. So this is a very simple things only, not very difficult. Some of the classes you need to know. That's the only thing. Some of the predefined classes, and I told you one ABC, that means address binding contract, which is called as endpoint I told. So anybody, any client want to interact with your service, they cannot directly interact with your class. They can interact with the gateway. Gateway is nothing but endpoint. Endpoint consists of three details: what to be accessed, that is, and how to be accessed, that is protocol, basic HTTP binding, net TCP binding, like that binding protocol, and from there, and another one is what? One is of where ABC contract, with what contract, means interface name, through which interface the request needs to be accepted. Gateway consists of three details. The interface, that is contract. Contract means what? Your interface only. So that contract name I need to tell. I need to tell with what binding of protocol I should connect to this interface, and with at what service I want to access from this endpoint. So all these three, how you want to host it so that clients can access. So these are the simple things you need to know. So some code I'm going to show you. And contract time thing, so that I am from one country, you are from one country, and we have some contract dealings. So contracting, so that I am supposed to export and you supposed to import my materials within. So that is contract. The contract letter should be only with me or only with you or with both of us. That is general thinking. You think and tell me. Contract level, contract should be there only with the sender or only with the receiver or with both sender and receiver. General thinking, you do it and give me the details. I saying that both, 100% both. It's not from one end. I'm lending some money from somebody. Do you think so that only I will be having the document? I should have a document. You should also have the same document. So that is both should have. So here contract is what? Interface. Interface should be there in both the console application where you are creating the and self-hosting there also, as well as that interface should be there even in the console application from where you are consuming that service also. That is the only extra you need to remember. And so how you can create the console application one, where you know that any WCF service will have one interface, one class that inherits from this interface where I will implement the functionality. And in the interface of service contract, operation contract, all those I will tell. So same way you need to create your console application and you need to create and the hosting of it to be done in the main function. Console means, there will be one main function which really gets executed. So I will show you how you can create the first application where I'll create the WCF service and I will host it. So that is the place. Please concentrate and check what I'm trying to do it. Okay. So please concentrate. So let me close all your previous ones. Visual Studios I closed. And remember 100% with administrator rights only you need to host your Visual Studio, because you are going for the self-hosting, which is only possible from the Visual Studio when it is opened with administrator rights. Okay, that is mandate. So new project, simple console application. So console application, let me write as self-host server. Self-host server, from where you are creating and hosting. So that's a server. Other application I'll write self-host client. Server who is serving, client who is consuming. What you have to do in this first? You have to add some namespaces. What are those namespaces? I'll tell. And in this first, in this one hosting code I need to write here. Hosting, self-hosting code I need to write here. But before to that, first of all, service to be created, self-hosting code to be written. Okay. Here first work is what? Interface to be created. Interface to be declared as service contract. Madam, I'm not getting why. Means the required namespace is not added. So click here. I told you that you click here, so that why madam using it is not showing. This is what I want to tell you. By default you will not get, even though I'm pressing control dot, I am unable to get certain times. So what should I do? Or if I'm clicking here, I should get using system dot service model like that. I'm not getting why. So the original namespace reference has to be added first from your Solution Explorer. This you must remember. Not only here, even in the second console application also, this is the first step you need to do. So first I don't want to do, I want to show the error, then I thought of doing. So here you see references, right click, simply normal add reference, because system dot service model, there is one predefined namespace, system dot service model. Can you see system dot service model? Tick mark it, system dot service model. Click on OK. Now you come here and press control dot. So now it is showing, you see, certain times if the reference is not added from the Solution Explorer, it will not show here. Adding their reference is not sufficient. Here I should write using system dot service model. If I'm not writing, computer will write. If I take like this, computer will write using system dot service model. Why? Because system dot service model is a namespace that consists of all these WCF related attributes. That means service contract, operation contract, service behavior, operation behavior, fault contract, data contract, data member. All these are from the service model namespace only. So that is mandatory. Okay, let me create now interface public interface ICCF service. I am giving the name as ICCF service. I means interface. Here I am saying that operation contract in this ain't simple functions I am writing means don't get confused. Okay, you give however you like, very big functions also, any function methodology need to know. Here we are not learning like in C# console application programming, LBPS programming, we are not learning. Here methodology, how you need to do it. Okay, so again operation contract. So int divide, int x comma int y. So okay, there are two functions I have created and interface is finished. Now service behavior. So service, is it required that I need to write service behavior? Madam, this is not mandatory. Okay, just for your understanding, I have written the class that is implementing. So I am giving us WCF service colon interface name ICCF service. Here is the place you have to implement the code for all these functions. Click. Return x plus y. The first function is finished. Second function you write now. Public divide return x by y. Finish. So service related service creation is finished. Save it once. Okay, it's finished. But hosting is not finished. It is not hosting automatically in the same one. Self-hosting, you need to write some commands. Okay, some code should be written. Which service to be hosted? Can you write the service name? Everybody start typing the service name of ours. Yes, service creation and hosting. That's the reason I told. Self-hosting means service and hosting that service, both you will do in the same application, consuming from another application. Joshain, understood? Both should be written in the same application. Service creation and you can see, interface and all this can be done at the same place. Now I want you people to write the name of the service. What is our service name? I'm showing the interface and class. What is our service name? I want everybody to write it. I want you people to write. I gave you clue. What is my service here? Interface is gateway. Oh my dear, that is the interface is the gateway from where service can be accessible. But service is what? WCF service. Our class name is nothing but our service which needs to be hosted. WCF service should be correct and Monica correct. Salesforce server we were not done, my dear. We have to do. This is the service. This is the class is called a WCF service. Name itself I gave it as WCF service. You can give ABCD, but that is the WCF service which needs to be hosted. So wanted I gave the WCF service is the word. My service is a gateway, Shubhangi. That you should not say. That is the gateway. End point to be end point. Gateway should be connect interface. But interface should connect to which service? The real service is WCF service. So if you want to host that one, there is a predefined class for self-hosting. Okay. So host service host. Service host is a predefined class with which I can host my service on my one. SVC, any name you give for your service, and new service host, which class you are is nothing but type of, you write WCF service. Your class name to be given here, which class is my service that I am going to host. It is not at hosted, remember. It is not at hosted, it will be hosted when you create the endpoint. And open that endpoint. That means gateway to be created with address binding contract and then open. In the previous program, we wrote interface and service. That is different. That is what directly you have taken WCF service application, so it will separate. But you can write in the same. It is a console application, so we are writing in the same file. There is no problem. Are you understanding? Everything will write here. There is no but. That is the predefined template, so it will separate like that. It is not rule that I have to do differently. I can do here also, okay? So, and type of, what is the error? So, type of spelling wrong. Okay, type of service. The first line is over, but not at hosted. Hosting, I am telling. In order to host, I need to create an endpoint. The endpoint will be having what? Address, binding. I mean address should be there to host it. Binding should be there. Binding is protocol, okay? And contract. Contract is my interface that is available. This is our interface, okay? And this is binding means there are many binding protocols will be there. One of the binding basic HTTP binding predefined class is there, whose object I need to use to connect to this, okay? Hosting person is saying that whoever is trying to connect to my service, they can come with basic HTTP binding only. So like that, it is possible. Address means what? Where should I host means your wish. URL creation. Where should I host it? With what URL others can access my service? So it's me, I am hosting. So I need to tell what is the URL I want to use in order to host it. So let me give like this: http:// localhost port number. Port number is mandatory 80108012 like that. Some protocol, I mean port number, and / what is the name you want to give for your service, which is your own. So we'll give our the batch code, okay? I gave like this. So this is the name. So anybody wants to access my service, let them take this URL. With this URL only they can access, but they should use the always basic HTTP binding, like that messy link. So to do that work, I need to create one endpoint. Before creating the endpoint, this binding variable you create first. What I told you, basic HTTP binding, bind is equal to new basic HTTP binding. Interface already contract, and URL what I'm telling, that is it's not fixed. You can give different protocol number, port number, and give different name or here. That's your wish, okay? So now this is the place. Now you see here which service you want to host. That service name dot add endpoint. See, add service endpoint. Can you see? This is the endpoint. That means I'm creating a gateway from where user. Here address binding contract is the reverse order. CBA, first contract details, then binding details, then address details to be given. 3 arguments it will be having endpoint. First contract. So type of WCF service. So first argument contract is our binding. Who is my binding object? Already I created. So I gave bind. What is the where you want to with what name it should be accessible to the client? Please put it in double quotes here. This address as you wish, however you are preparing. So I am the holder of this service. I am hosting it. I have my own permission to give what name I want to give. So I am hosting. I hosted, but even though hosted, it is not ready to be accessible until you will call it as open. So my service is open. Everything is ready. So my service is started. Service started. So how to stop the service is svc dot close. If it is service is closed, that means this is service started, service ended. So when service is started, only client application can access. But computer is too fast. So computer is executing all these. This svc variable you declared inside the main. This lifetime is what within this. So as soon as it will start, it will immediately close the service. Then how the customer can take it, consumer? Just wait. Okay. So remember that it is not so it's very difficult. See, how can a consumer can access? You are opening and closing, opening, closing. When you run this application, it will be opened and it will be closed, and your server is closed. When server is closed, how the client can access it? This is a server application. Server is in running state means only, and service is in running state, then only my client can access. You are opening and closing, so how? That's the reason you give some message, console.writeLine, enter any key to stop the server. Stop the server. And you know, all of you, read key. Read key means what, my dear? Read key will wait till any one of the keys on the keyboard. Until you type, it will not go to the next statement. Until that, it will not go to the next statement. Okay. So you just understand, that means I executed this server, you think so. So service will be hosted, service is ready, but it is not closed. It is in running state because of open. Until you press some key, it is not closed. So keep that server like that, don't press any key. Meanwhile, you you run the client application. Client application running time, this service is still in the running state, so it is able to access. That is the advantage. If you don't give this one, service starting and closing also will be done. Because computer is too fast, a fraction of seconds also it does not require to execute the statement. So as soon as you are starting the service, you are closing it. So I want to make it to be in the open state until the user presses some key. So that's the until. If you want to stop, you press some key. So is there any doubts in this? So please tell me. So SVC object creation. Monica, which class are you hosting? Monica? Just interface is sufficient, that gateway. Through the interface, original class is what? What is original service? Your class, right?
Class.
There is one interface, one class. Class is the real service. Class is the real service which needs to be hosted, but for the client, the request should not come directly to the service. Through the interface, it should come. That is okay. But real service that you want to host, it is WCF service. That's the reason you need to create an object to your WCF service, and that you, for that service to host it, you create one gateway. So I am the service. If you want access, don't directly come. I am making one gateway. So your request will be taken by my endpoint. From there it will come to me. So for my service SVC, which I have created, I am creating one endpoint. So through that endpoint only client request will reach to. So that request never come to me. Request will come to my address. See, with this address, if anybody with this binding, if they are trying to access, it will come to my interface. Interface will pass the request to me. So you don't have directly permission to send the request to me. It comes to my gateway interface. From there it will come to me. But that's true with the same binding if you are using. What I have used binding, client must use the same binding. Otherwise their request will not reach to me. I kept thinking so that I am having one channel at 40 frequency. So you want to access my channel through the FM. So 50 frequency, if you keep it, are you able to access my channel? I set my channel at 40 frequency. If you want to access my channel, you should tune to 40 only. Then only you are able to connect to me. Like that, I have used binding as basic HTTP binding. Whoever is trying to connect to me, they should connect with basic HTTP binding only. Are you understanding? So same binding should be used from the client application. And from the client application, this is the URL you need to tell to where you want to connect. And this interface is mandatory to be specified in the client application. Why? Contract, I told that it should not be in the server only, it should be even in the client. Don't write this class in that client application. Only contract. Only contract. So this I will copy paste into the client application also. But from there, how you make it? See, what do you want? Can you tell me? I am the service. You are the client. You want to access. What is required to travel your message to me? Your request needs to travel through what to reach to me? I told this one in the
Media. Some media.
Media
Yes,
is what?
Last class.
Channel. I told you this word, channel.
Channel, sorry, channel.
Channel.
Yes.
So channel who must create, not server.
Channel.
The client who want to connect to me, make a bridge between you and me. That is nothing but channel. Hundreds of channels will be there. You should select the appropriate channel to connect to my interface.
Channel.
To my interface using this address. So I need to create one channel in the client. So that I'll tell you now. Your doubt cleared?
Okay.
Cleared? Okay. Now let me show you the client application. So let me show you the code. I want to give you the idea for this, because you will get some confusion in this code. I am giving you line by line explanation for that. I will write on my own, but I want to give you first awareness about this. Second application, see here. My dears, all of you please check. Don't think of all these, okay? Whatever highlighting, so there is one in the client application. You need to create same binding class 1 to connect to your service. This is compulsory. Now I am telling channel to be created by the client, not by the server. Client is making a bridge from their application to my service. Service also directly they cannot make a service. To my interface they can do it. With what a URL? http://localhost:8010/s104, because I gave that name where I have hosted. So with that they need to connect to me. Okay. Return Pro Center students always asking the break, only 2 hour session, never will be a break. So if you have any problem, you can take it. I don't deny. Okay. So I'm not saying, like last time also I observed that you are expecting some break. In the 2 hours of class there will not be any break. Only final break will be there after some time. Okay. So channel, very good. Others were written. Joshain and others were written. Sambram Center, Nirosha was written. Yes, it is channel. First, channel stack. I want to tell you that there is a channel stack, means it's a collection of n number of channels. From that one channel I need to pick up. To connect to whom? With the HTTP basic HTTP binding, to connect to our HTTP : to that's our service. Because I hosted with what name, that address to be to that address to connect with the help of the interface, right? So this is the channel factory I am creating. From this channel factory I am picking up one channel. And what is the channel? Why this my account I'll tell, because this channel ultimately to be connected to whom? To the interface, not directly to the service, to the interface, because request needs to be sent to the interface. From the interface it travels to service. So your interface name master tree. This is only channel selection, not channel creation. That's what I'm telling you. Please clear. The variable name is what? CHN factory. From this channel factory, what is the same interface? In the bracket 2 arguments. What is that? B and A. B and A means no contract to be specified. Contract you have already specified in the less than greater than. Here only binding followed. Only 2 arguments for the channel factory. Selecting a specific channel with the binding technique, bind, and look at this endpoint address is what? Whatever you have, whatever I gave while hosting. HTTP : /s16049, that is the one needs to be given as the endpoint, because your endpoint address, that is the one you created endpoint that. So to that endpoint with this binding technique I want to connect. For connecting that I want one channel. I'm saying the channel is not yet created. From this one I need to select the channel. So that can be possible by this variable dot create channel. Means now a channel is built from your application to which location? This endpoint address with the help of this binding. So now channel is created. Now you have all the rights to access using this OBJ to access the functionalities of your service. So OBJ dot what function? Ours is add and divide, I think. Those functions you can access. So this is what is the way how you can do. Only you forget about it, because this is a different function we have created there. So now I am showing you one more Visual Studio. I am opening in run as administrator. The first work is what? In the console application, adding the system.service model reference adding. As I told that it is mandatory in the server as well as client application. Here what? Self-host client. client application from where you are trying to consume that service which is self-hosted by you. So what you have to do first was references, right click, add reference, system.service model need to be taken. System.service model, yes. System.service model I have to take first one. Then I told you very clearly interface needs to be copied from your server application as it is interface, because contact should be there in both the client and server also. So that is mandate, don't forget it, okay? So this is the one. Madam, why red means control dot you give it. So it has been added. So now you see it's been done. That is namespace for using system. Adding reference is not here, using system.service model to be written. So first work is done. Now final work is what? First you create basic HTTP binding, bind is equal to. Now you create, select one channel factory of interface CF service, CHN factory is equal to new service factory. In the bracket what is binding object comma new endpoint address, in the bracket what is the address? Again I'm not writing, I'm just copying and pasting from here. Any one letter difference, again it will not work. This you have to share it to your client, otherwise they cannot access, okay? So that is the same address to be given. What address you have made, the same address to be given. So for this now channel is not yet created. Now you need to create object for that. Give again interface name or obj is equal to channel factory dot create channel. Finish. Now you try to access it. Console dot write line. What are the functions we have created? Add, okay. Sum. Dash/n. Quotient. 1. obj dot add. obj dot divide. So, but I will run the client application, it will give error. Why? You know, anybody can tell I am running the application, there is nothing wrong in this application, but still you will get error. Can anybody tell me why this is the error? I am executing for your one. You please confirm me. Boys and girls, there is an error. See how very big error you got it. Why? I gave this clue already for you. I gave the clue for you. No. Channel opening like that, it is not there. Your server is not ready. Server application did you execute? How the client will access when server is in running state? Client can access. Think so that Reliance server is down. Can you access any messages from Reliance? Can you send any message or can you receive any message if my server and my mobile is Reliance mobile? Can I access? No, server is not there. Means how the client will work? So that's I told you that first you need to execute the server application, then the client application. So first you go for your server application and execute. So you will get a message saying that server is ready. Press any key to stop the server. So it is ready. Okay. Now you go to your client application and press Ctrl F5. So you will get, see, you got the answer. Got my point. So you are getting the answer just because, see, again your existing client, still it will work. So go to your other previous application, press any key over there. So the server is stopped. Server is stopped. Now you go and check, my dear. Now you go and execute your client application. Again same big error you will get because server is closed. Once it is stopped, the client cannot access it. Did you get my point now? Very good. Only one person gave the correct answer. That is Devi from Anna Nagar. Run the service. Run the service as server without running the service. So how do you expect that client can access it? If it is in running state, then so first you run the server application, then only you start running the client application so that it is accessible. This is self-hosting demo. Any doubts, please tell me. Did you understand these steps? Channel selection, channel factory, mandate. These are all little advanced ones. You need to check the syntaxes, okay? So only one topic is left over, that is exceptions. That also I will tell, that will take very less time. Pitampura Center students get 003, 009, CP Center 004, City Nagar Vinay, Dharmendra from Faridabad sector. There are 5 students who did not give. Let me check now. Now there are 3 students. Dharmendra from Faridabad sector, Vinay from City Nagar, and 003 from Pitampura. These are the 3 students did not answer. Are you are there or not? Want to see the syntax of channel selection? Okay, I'll show you. That is there anyway in your document also. If you want to see the channel selection, only what you have to do is in the bracket 2 arguments, only binding and address, endpoint address. But interface name where you should give in less than, greater than symbols of the channel factory. Are you understanding? So in the bracket of this channel factory time while selection, the binding variable first, not here CBA, all the 3, only binding and address. Address time, new endpoint address, you need to tell what is the endpoint address, whatever you have given their address, the same thing to be given. Only 2 arguments here. And the interface name to be given in less than, greater than for your channel factory. Then you create one variable for interface and give the channel factory dot create channel. So now this channel is accessible with the object names obj. So obj dot add, all this can be done. Monica, clear? Monica, to confirm, I'll move to the next topic. That is simple exceptions. Already long back onwards, C# onwards, you are learning these exceptions, right? Try catch blocks, the same or here. Wantedly without exceptions, once I'll create one service and I will show you one error. Wantedly, that what's happening, I'll show you. So let me close all these Visual Studios and I'll open once again. I'm closing all and I'm creating the service first. You know how to create the service, I have already told, okay? So Visual Studio I'm opening. To create a normal WCF service, not cloud like that. Normal. New project. So in this WCF, I mean C# WCF service application. Okay. WCF exception. Okay. WCF exception service. So this is service, not a consumer, okay? Service, there is nothing, I'm doing only one function, divide function, I'll write, okay? I'll give only one function named as divide. So let me remove all these functions which are there already. I'm removing, even go to the interface. These are all long back from the starting of your WCF we are doing. So I'm doing little faster. Today also we have done this. In this one I am writing int divide int x comma int y without. Now I am telling you this I am doing without exceptions. I will show what is the problem, then how to do the implementation of the exception handling. Because by default when any error happens at the time of execution of these functions at the service, never will be communicated that information to the client. So the client doesn't know that whether the work is successfully happening or due to some problem it was terminated. Nothing is known to the client. It's a duty of the service. It has to communicate the error information if it is encountered any exception at runtime. That is what we are saying. Once without exceptions, once with exceptions. So service, what I'm doing, public int divide int x comma int y. I'm not using any try catch blocks, simply I'm saying that return x by y. Okay, so this is the function. Now entire service creation is finished, my dear, and you want access to, so too much of work I'm not doing, I'm just executing. When I execute, you know that you will get one URL that you copy it and create the client application. So it's taking time, you see. Meanwhile, I'm opening another Visual Studio also for the client application, because all this I told you, this demo I told you in the last class. So I'm hiding my view for a while because this is in the first demo. With our directly copy address, I said copy address, close it. Go to our application, client application it is. CF exception client. I'm clicking on, sorry, this is console application you need to take. Console application, CF exception client, click on OK. The first work is add the reference of that service to your client application. Right click on references, add service reference and paste that URL. Click on go. So everything is okay. Let the name will be service reference 1. I'm not changing. Let it be like that. So you can use using service reference. It is not showing. Okay, no problem. I'll tell you. So in this one I have to service reference 1 dot service client obj is equal to new service client console dot write line. Okay, the quotient is obj dot divide 25 comma 5. Okay, 25 comma 5. So you execute, it will work. No two doubts. 100% it will work. Now I am executing it by giving as 0. Okay, I am executing it. See here, error. So I don't want like this. My server is not given the appropriate. See what's happened. All of you observe. And abnormally my channel was terminated. My connectivity to my service is terminated because I requested a function. When it is getting executed, divided by 0 will give the exception. That exception details, instead of telling it, directly disconnects the client from the service. Client and server, it will disconnect automatically, so disconnection related. But I don't want like that. Only error information needs to be passed to my client application. Is that clear to all of you? What I have shown you, did you understand? Did you understand the problem? See, all of you click on plus. Anybody is having the doubt in this, whatever drawback is there. If you have any doubt in this drawback, you please raise the hand. Any doubt you have in this, what drawback is there? If you did not understand, you tell me. So it is simply disconnecting the connection instead of simply redirecting some error information. No doubt, Devi. Very good. So how this can be resolved is, then let me go back to my interface of our service interface. So I need to inform in case this function anytime user is requesting and it is producing some runtime error. So it should give the contract to a class fault contract in the bracket type of, you give some class name. Okay, error information. Madam, that class is there. That class is not there. We will create now. Okay. So that it is showing error. So I am telling that in case any error, which class is helping me to pass the error information to your client. Error information. So it's your duty. Use in the data contract. You need to create that public class error information So give the class, and inside this you declare some to inform the error number and error message. You give it as public int error number, again data number, public int error message. Any variables that you, sorry, not int, I did a mistake, it's a string message, right? So that means any error comes, now red color is lost, you see. That means in case while execution of this any error comes, with the help of this class object I will redirect this information to the client, so it must be handled. So how you have to change your code is put this entire one in try and catch blocks. Okay, inside this try block, first you check if y is equal to 0 means what? That means the divisor you gave as error, so I don't want to handle it, I just want to throw the error. So otherwise you don't require to put it in try catch blocks also. You can directly say that throw fault exception, predefined class is there to send some information to your client. So fault exception predefined, like divide by 0 exception, how it is, like that fault exception, which will take, see here in this one what I have to give. Let me tell you with this, and before to this I need to tell one more thing. I did a mistake, you people were not observed. Whenever some error, if it is 0, I don't want to perform x by y operation. I want to say that one error information class object I am creating, and in that error number I am giving as 101, and error message as divisor cannot be a 0 value, whatever, however you like to do it, that object needs to be thrown to your what client. So for that I am showing you the syntax from this one. So how you are going to throw, I am just showing for you. Okay, it's a simpler one. You just see how am I going to do. If at all it is 0, I am creating an object and setting the value. So throw new fault exception, the name of your fault error information class object, the class name, and then in the bracket that object. That is what I just told. So you need to pass which object? OBJ. But simply writing like that is not sufficient. It's a class name to be specified like this. It's a mandatory. You have to do it. Okay. Is it any mistake over here? Fault exception, error information. Why it is saying? Oh, any namespace? No. FAULEXCEPTA fault exception. What is the mistake? Can you people check any mistake I have done? Throw. So sorry. New is the word we missed. So I have thrown the error. Not only this one, if the x is less than y, that means the dividend is smaller than divisor also I don't want to do. So once again I am checking. If x less than y, then also I don't want to do the calculation of x by y. I don't want to do. So in the same manner, I am just doing this work, copying and pasting this entire one. What am I doing is I will give the error number as 102, and I will say that divisor dividend cannot be less than the divisor. So like that I am giving. If both are false means what? Your x is y is not 0 and x is greater than y. So I want to do the returning of this. Why this error like that means? So actually this is not required try catch blocks. Let me remove. Try catch blocks are required where, in the client application it is required. Till here you please check. Do you have any doubts? Means you please ask me what I have done. I am checking if the received value is 0 means I am throwing forcefully. This will pass the information, sends the object to client in catch block. So in the client catch block it will go. Which catch block? What is this? Fault exception catch block. Fault exception catch block. So this is not required to be kept it in the try catch block. Where you are receiving this error and displaying, that is client. So you save it and build it once. Build solution, you do it. So now you come back to the client application. There only small thing is our client application. Sorry, where is our client application? This is our client. Don't directly write like this. Put it in the try block. Okay, here you need to write like this. What catch block? What exception? Fault exception. A fault exception. Why it is not giving the control dot. Using system dot service model was not written. That's it. So fault exception in the bracket. Which class? There. What is the class name? Have you given? Please check. While throwing in the bracket error information you gave, which this error information is the class which is in the namespace WCF service exception. See here, this is the namespace inside which you have the class called. So you can see here also. Interface, what is the namespace name? WCF service exception service, inside which this is only you are referring from there as service reference 1. This namespace you are referring there. Inside that namespace, what is the class? Error information. So you need to write service reference 1 dot error info. Why it is not giving? It should give. Let me check. What is the mistake? Can anybody tell why it is not accessible here? Is your class, it is given as public, then why it is not giving? Acha, 1 minute. Don't get confused. This should be refreshed. You have added the reference. This should be refreshed because we have done some modifications. Let me delete and again add. Why? Because we have done some modifications. So that's the reason I'm doing it. Let me execute once and get the reference. Why I have done this one, you know, because now we have done some modifications, so which is are not reflecting in the client. That's the reason it is not showing that error information class. Go, service reference 1, okay. See now it was removed, error. Nothing wrong. Actually, error information previously is not there. Now we have added. Before to that only we added the reference of the service. So latest one we should update. So when I updated, already I am getting it, and this is the fault exception, FE fault exception, some variable FE in the bracket. So what you have to do here, console dot write line error at service, okay. What is that message? FE 0. What is that message, madam? Is FE dot detail dot. Whenever you are saying detail dot, you can be able to see the error number, error message also, because we got one object inside which there are two variables, error number. So what we do, error number, error message, error number, both you can display. FE dot detail dot error message. So you want to know that 0, 1 also you give. First one is error number, second one is error message. So this is the only thing you have to do. Your work is finished from the client. Now what you have to do, execute now. Previously you got what? Disconnecting. It was disconnected. Now it will not do disconnection. See, error, 101 error you got it because divisor cannot be a 0. Now once again I'll show you that. I will give you this one as 100. So x is less than y. So again error, that is 102 error. See here, 102 error. There is no disconnection, but instead you are getting the message from here which you have received in your object. 102 is in the object 102, and this is the message. And if you give everything is okay, if you give everything okay, then you will get the normally the output of it as a 5. The quotient is 5. So errors are handled in this way. Only the thing is, we with the help of the fault exception I need to first create one object for which you have given the fault contract, and that in the class object you put the error information. With the help of the fault exception, by throwing this fault exception, you can be able to send the message to your client to the catch block. So which object? OBJ object, of which class? Error information. So in the same way, you need to create one catch block in the client application with the fault exception service1.error information, because this error information is not available in the client. It is available, this class, in the service. So service reference 1.error information, and display whatever I received, whatever object I received, that will be in the detail, fe.detail. This detail is a predefined name that receives the object sent by you. So fe.detail.error number, fe.detail.error message is the one you can be able to display. And if there are no errors, directly it will not come to the catch block, and it will run and display the normal answer. So this is the way how exceptions are handled in the in your service. So using fault contract, you need to fault exception class you need to send, but contract should be given to a class whose object you are sending with the error information, and one catch block to be created in the client application to receive that fault exception and display the message that you are getting. This is the way how exceptions can be handled in your WCF service. I want everybody to confirm with this question so that I'll end our session, so that till 6th module we finish. Okay? We are handling in the sense sending the error information to the client. Little fast, because more you need to give session and feedback also. And meanwhile, guest ID students, raise your hand and write your student ID and name. Only student ID hyphen name. If you are still logging with the guest ID, so that I will try to help you. Still today's session, whoever is logging with guest ID. Your project is after Azure professional skills, and along with the professional skills project will be there after Azure. Okay? Who did not answer? Pitampura gets 007, Dharmendra from Faridabad, Vinay from City Nagar. So Vinay and Dharmendra, for previous question also you did not answer. I don't know what could be the reason. Please confirm over the hand raise. And I'm ending the session for today. We have finished all our demos that I have to teach till the WCF module, that is 6th module. So hosting in Azure and everything I told, whatever service URL I gave, you can take that service and you can access it from your application also, but internet connectivity is required. Okay? So have a nice day all of you. Give your session and feedback, and then you can leave. Feedback.